Hi, Susan Lenart Kazmer here. I just want to show you how to take an ice resin cast piece and using foil, setting it into a metal bezel. So it'll give you a nice finished look. Okay, so let's get started. I want to show you how I use my cast bezels, or my cast ice resin objects, casting any kind of objects and really setting them into the bezels here at Ice Resin. This actually is a handmade bezel, but I have to show you the gorgeous foil inside of here. And here's one last one here. This is with the luminous layers. I love the iridescent look that this gives. And then I set it in a bezel because it really finishes it off nicely for a piece of jewelry. So this is actually, I'm going to show you with the Milan bezel from the Ice Resin line. I'm using a silver. And I actually have ahead of time already cast an object and filled it with ice resin. I used a little bit of the tints in here, the Hacienda tint. And if you want to see the technique for this, you can just look at an earlier video that I had done. And to pop a piece out, I'm just going to go ahead and loosen it up on the sides and pull my object out. This one I know it fits perfectly inside of my bezel. But before I put this in my bezel, I already have mixed up ice resin. I have plungers that sit around that I just have in my studio that I like to use for small projects. I just need a tiny little bit of resin. So really I just mix a small amount. And then what I'm going to do is with my paintbrush, I'm just going to put a little bit of ice resin in the bottom of my bezel. And this is, I'll put this on the side. This is the foil. I decided to use this pink foil. I really, with this piece here, this one, it's actually using this pink foil that I have here and a template. So I'm just going to go ahead. I know this is the circle shape. It's the same shape here. And I'm just going to use a pen. And the nice thing about these templates is that I can just cut right inside of this ink, so none of the ink will show when I use this. I already have one cut out just to make it nice and simple today. So I'm going to go ahead and paint the underside of my bezel. The nice thing is with another layer of ice resin, instead of using any other glue, this ice resin really helps to marry the foil and your resin, your foil and your resin, your cast resin object together, so you really get a nice look. Now remember, I already put a little bit of resin in the bottom of this bezel, and I'm just going to pop the whole thing in. Then you get a nice glowing, absolutely glowing with foil.